Hey, hi everyone. Good morning all. Okay, so let's proceed. Folks will be joining. Okay, so welcome to the demo. Uh, Let me introduce myself and then we'll proceed. Okay, so my name is Sagar. I'm the trainer for this complete DevOps and cloud. Okay, coming to my experience, I have total 12 years of experience in this field. So I started my career around 2012 and 13. Okay, so I was an intern after my college, and from there I got a opportunity to work with Wipro, and from there I went to TCS. At present I'm working at Mastercard. I'm a team lead there. So whatever free time we get in the morning, so that is where we I just drive the sessions, right? So as part of career IT. Okay, so we train AWS, Azure, we train DevOps. Okay, and there are multiple other courses which they train it. Uh, and here, like, we train multiple batches. Again, we train consultancy batches. Okay, we train some corporate batches. We also have individual batches, right? So like morning, we start from morning 6, and the online batches goes around 8, right? uh, Again, they have like offline batches in the offline institute, but this batch is currently for online. Yeah, so that's a brief about myself and institute. Yeah, no, so this would be the agenda. Okay, for today, this was the agenda. Let's folks join. Just waiting for a few more folks. Folks. Okay. Okay, so this would be the agenda for today. Okay, DevOps overview, cloud computing, AWS and Azure cloud engineering, industries using a DevOps and Azure cloud. Okay, then how do you extend your career in your DevOps and the prerequisites of DevOps and cloud, right? But before I move into this complete agenda, okay, let's just spend 2 lines about yourself, right? Would be great before I proceed. So anyone would like to introduce themselves? Just 2 lines about yourself. Where are you from? Are you a student? Are you working? Okay. Anything about 2 lines, right? If you're working somewhere, in which technology you're working, just 2 lines about yourself would be great. Before I proceed, meantime, I'm just waiting for a few more folks, and then we'll start. Right after introduction, we'll start. We'll spare 2 minutes. Okay. Anything about yourself. 2 lines would be great. Feel free to ask. Feel free to unmute yourself, guys, and just if you're comfortable, go ahead, introduce yourself. But that is absolutely fine.
Hi, my name is Shankar.
Hi everyone, good morning.
Yeah, go ahead, go ahead. Go ahead, Shankar.
Yeah, it's okay. My name is Shankar. Currently, I'm working in TCS.
Okay.
So currently, my area of experience is in administrator side like AX, Linux, and even shell script. These environments I'm working. So I have a little knowledge on AWS and Azure also. So
Mhm.
going forward, maybe we try to get more awareness in the AWS and Azure side.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and thank you for the opportunity to get this demonstration. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, someone else would like to go?
My name is Srividya. I am working from 4 years as a mainframe developer, but I am planning to change the technology to DevOps.
Okay, great. Thank you. Anyone else would like to go? More 2 minutes.
My name is Mallikarjuna. I am currently working as a Cobalt developer in CH Technologies.
Okay, okay, great. Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, my name is Siddha. I have around 10 plus of experience in different backgrounds like CCM, mainframe, and I do worked on Python as well. I wanted to go into security mostly. Uh, I did some training, but I wanted to go in deep and then get more knowledge and get transition into security jobs.
Okay, great. Thank you. Bye. Okay, let's move on. Okay. Okay, let's move on with your prerequisite. Okay, to clarify some doubts, and then we'll go into the actual demo. So, prerequisite of DevSecops. Okay, so look, most of the people are working. If there is a fresher also, it's fine. So, very first, remember that devs, when you say DevOps, when you say cloud, when you say DevSecops, okay. So remember, it is one of the digital technology. Okay, it's one of the digital technology. Okay, it's among the, if you see the top 10 or top 5 technologies, you'll find DevOps as one of them. You'll see the cloud in one of them, right? So have time and patience. Okay, the result is fruitful. Okay, so have time and patience. You need a time and patience, to get into that field properly. Then second thing is basics of Linux and shell scripting. Okay, so any language, it is fine. Okay, you have any prior experience, it is fine. But basics of Linux and shell scripting is required, and we're going to teach you from the scratch again. Okay, it's not just a basic. We're going to teach you at the advanced level. Okay, we're going to spend a good amount of time in Linux. Okay, why? Because the complete system which you're going to work is on top of Linux operating system. Okay, your installations, your configurations. Okay, so all that, your troubleshooting, right? Everything is based on the Linux operating system. Okay, that's the reason we are spending good amount of time. Okay, then anyone is passionate to start their career as a DevOps engineer, they can start it. Okay, or they want to add DevOps on top of it. Okay, top of their technology, top of their skill, it is also fine. Why? Because we don't have a hard prerequisite. DevOps doesn't have a hard prerequisite that you need a prior this knowledge, or you need to complete this course and then come for the DevOps. No. So we are learning from the scratch. Okay, so we are almost putting 14 years of experience content here. The syllabus which you see is almost equal to 14 years of experience content is there. Okay, even for the fresher we teach the same thing. Why? Because industry is demanding. Okay, industry is demanding to have a advanced skills. Okay, then programming knowledge is not mandatory. If someone want to add programming, well and good, you can add it, but it is not mandatory. Already we have a lot of automation tools. Okay, and DevOps is mostly focused on automation. Then graduates, undergraduates, backend developers, web developers, non-IT people, freshers, okay, or people haven't started their career yet. Okay, they can start their master program. Okay, so different background people can start their program. Okay, there's no hard prerequisite. You can start it from the scratch. Right? Then this was the course agenda. This is how we proceed. Introduction to DevOps world. Okay, Linux administration. Okay, DevOps tools. Okay, there are almost like 15 plus tools are there. Then you have Azure and cloud engineering, monitoring SecOps, interview guidance, right? Monitoring SecOps, interview guidance. Okay, so all this will be part of your model. So your more technical part is 2, 3, 4, 5. This first is theoretical, more about the use cases related to DevOps. Okay, the culture of DevOps. Okay, the process of DevOps, and then this is the interview guidance. Then you have your 15 plus tools in DevOps. Again, there is cloud, there's monitoring. Okay. There are automations in place, which you're going to see as part of this. Right? Then we have 6 different projects which you're going to implement as part of this. Okay. You're going to see the complete project of this. Okay. We're going to implement this in the middle of your course itself. It's not just the end. Right after a few DevOps tools, you're going to start your projects. Okay. And right after a few tools, you're going to keep adding the projects, right? So if the class is 1 hour in a day, half an hour will be theory, half an hour will be practical. Okay. We focus on theory, that is the explanation, and then we do the practical on top of it, the same one, right? Because theory is also that much important to understand the concept. Okay, to deep dive into the concept, right? And then the technical diagrams which will be implementing as part of this. Okay, we'll be implementing as part of this, right? Let's move. Okay, and we don't run PPTs, guys. Okay, it's all whiteboard. Whatever you learn it completely, you learn whiteboard, right? You completely learn your whiteboard. So whatever you draw it, you draw architectures in the form of whiteboard. Anything you learn, you learn it whiteboard. Okay, and then you implement that. Then you implement it. Okay, then you implement them. So whatever you learn it, the diagrams, anything it can be AWS, it can be Azure, it can be DevOps. Okay, so we run it the whiteboard, right? And then you'll get notes on top of it. Okay, you'll be getting the notes. We'll be writing the notes on the daily basis. It can be anything, right? Sorry. Okay. So whatever you write it, everything is in form of notes. You get in the form of notes, right? So we track it notes in this way in the daily basis. That is what I do, right? We'll be talking about theory plus practical both. Okay. So whatever you do it, you write your playbooks, etc. things, right? Everything you implement as part of this. Every notes will be in the same format. Again, there are PDFs and etc. things which you'll be having as part of it. Right? Now, come down. And hope you got the syllabus part. Okay. Hope you have seen the syllabus. Okay. You have the complete syllabus with all the information. You can go through that syllabus with the multi-cloud with DevSecops, Your Terraform is there, your security tools are there. Okay, your monitoring tools are there. Okay, your cloud engineering. Okay, all the information there, and whatever you learn it here, everything is shared to you. There's no restriction that you cannot download something. Everything is handed over to you in terms of your diagram, notes, your videos, right? Everything we share it. Okay, and also we try to provide a good interview session so that you can help to build your resume. Okay, you can help to crack your interviews. Okay, and we also groom people. If someone want to move from non-technical to technical, someone want to change the complete profile, okay, from technical to non-technical with their resumes, right? I can help you with their resumes. Okay, so that's an uh, prerequisite. Let's move into your DevOps. Okay, I'll spend some 10 to 15 minutes, and then then I'll open for question and answer, and then we'll proceed for the next, right? So we'll just speak about few things about DevOps, okay, and then I'll open for question and answer, and then we'll move for the next part of it. Okay, so now very first, what is DevOps? Everyone might know that it's a technology where we're using DevOps tools. No. So very first, it's a process. This DevOps came as a process. Okay, it was initially designed, okay, to build products. Okay, build products for to build products to have a proper process. Okay, whenever you're building a product, they wanted a proper process. Okay, so what they did here is, so DevOps, they wanted to bring this DevOps as a process so that this operation people in this DevOps, you see two keywords, O for operation. So in this operation we fall, like DevOps engineers, system admins, okay, network admins, all these people fall under operations. And dev is where the developers, the people who write the code, the people who, okay, develop the code, those are people developers, right? So they wanted this dev and ops to work together, okay, like this operation and development to work together to build a quality product right from design till it goes live in the market. In simple terms, okay, they wanted, okay, so this DevOps is a process, okay, DevOps is a process where this developer operation will work together to build a quality product right from designing till it goes live in the market. Till it goes live in the market, they wanted this DevOps process. Okay, so that is what they brought this DevOps. So DevOps is a process where operation development work together to build a quality product. Okay, to build this quality product, they wanted a life cycle. Now, what is life cycle? In simple terms, what do you mean by a life cycle? So anything, right? Life cycle is nothing but a a series of steps or a steps for building a product. So it can be a planning, build, integration, testing, deployment, right? So this is what they brought a life cycle. Okay. So initially, DevOps process came where developer operation work together. Okay, right from designing a product till it goes live in the market. Okay, to build this process, they wanted a life cycle, proper life cycle. Okay, that is what this life cycle which you see it here. Okay, and to implement this life cycle, they wanted your DevOps tools. That is how your DevOps technology came in the market. That is how your DevOps technology came in the market. Now, behind every life cycle, there are tools. Planning has your Jira ticketing tool, ServiceNow. Okay. Then your build has your Maven, Git. Okay. Your JFrog, integration and Jenkins, testing and SonarQube. Again, multiple tools are there, SecOps, right? And then you have your deployment, your Ansible, Docker, Kubernetes. Okay. And then improvement feedback is fine. Then monitoring, you have good amount of tools in monitoring, right? So this is how your tools came out from this life cycle. And then, okay, and then you started using your technology to build this product right from design till it goes in the market. So, okay, so whatever product which you're building right from design till it goes live in the market is your DevOps process. That is how your DevOps came in the market. That is how your DevOps came in the market. Previous DevOps, before DevOps also there was a technology. There was something called build and release technology. Okay, which was there, which the term which you used to use. Okay, around 2012 I used to use this word build and release. Then after that completely it was DevOps, right? So this build and release technology failed in the market. That is how the DevOps came in the market. Okay, in simple example, if I give you here, take an example. Let's suppose traditional system and traditional operation. Okay, before DevOps, let's assume that there is a car manufacturing company who is building a car. Okay, so this developers, what they're doing, they are building all the spare parts. Okay, let's assume the developers are building all the spare parts. They're preparing a documentation, handing over to operation people. What these operation people are doing, they are reading the documentation, how to fix each and every spare part and finally fix the car. Okay, so somehow they read the documentation, they have fixed the car has started, they did a minimal testing. Okay, okay, and the car has started. Now they sold this car to the customer. Now customer took that car, he started driving. Okay, after driving 100 kilometers, the car stopped. Now whose mistake is that? Is it a mistake of developers and operation, or is it a mistake of the customer? It's obviously mistake of these people. Why? Because if these people would have worked together, I'm not saying that operation people will do development and operation. No, they will do their work. But if they collaborate together and they test the product properly at the end, okay, they verify each and everything, they talk to each other and do the complete setup of the car properly, the customer would have not got the issue. Why? Because if you see today's car, they're doing a crash testing. They're doing, they're checking all level of security, the level of features you're getting it, right? So everywhere, any product today, it can be a smartphone, it can be your any electronic, it can be automobile, it can be any website, right? That is tested properly. Okay. So as this traditional development and operation failed, they wanted this dev and ops to work together so that they can build a quality product. That is how they wanted this dev and ops to work together so that business will run smooth and the end users of the clients will be happy. That is how they brought the DevOps practice. Okay, that is how you got your DevOps keyword. It's not because DevOps is a technology. DevOps technology came later in the market. Okay, but initially this was there in 2000s. Okay, around 2000 you see this word, and slowly they brought a life cycle. They slowly in 2000s only you got a technology, but around 2012 somewhere the DevOps tools completely got to be seen in the market. And around 2015 it took a boom in the market, right? It took a boom in the market until unless there was no recognition. Okay, that is how the DevOps is booming in the market. That is how the DevOps is booming in the market. Now we spoke about why DevOps, what is DevOps. Now where is DevOps used? Question answers. We understood it's a process. It has a technology and tools to build a quality product. Now where is DevOps used? Have you ever thought that I'm going to work as a DevOps engineer? I'm going to work as a cloud engineer. Where exactly it is used? These many industries it is used. Software is one industry, automobile is one industry, insurance is one industry. Likewise, if you see, there are multiple industries. I'm talking about industry. One industry has multiple companies again. Okay, so software is an industry which has multiple companies again. So every software company requires a website. Every software company is going to build their product. So you need a DevOps process, you need a DevOps tools to implement that. Automobile, if you see every automobile, two-wheeler, four-wheeler, commercial, everything, right? Different brands of automobile, they have their websites, okay, to market their product. Similarly, today automobile is not built manually, right? Anything is machinery, and that machinery requires a process of DevOps. Okay, then insurance. Insurance, you just type Google in the Google best, okay, best insurance in India. You'll get 100 plus companies and their websites and etc. things, right? So financial institutes, so your banking, okay, whatever you do, your banking or financial institutes activity like loan department, your credit card, your etc. things, what you see it, right? And then your social media, okay, biggest gate, right? What you see this WhatsApp, Facebook, LinkedIn, etc. things, right? Then your health services, right? Today your medicines are online, you can purchase your medicines online, you can you can purchase your medical equipments online, you can have a consultation of doctor online, right? You can book an appointment online. Okay, your electrical products are online today, your education is online. That is how we connected. E-commerce, Amazon, Flipkart, everything is online, everything requires a website, right? Government agencies, government agency has a lot of website where you pay electricity bill, where do your registrations. Okay, you have like you can apply jobs for that, separate portals are there, right? So these many industries are using your DevOps. These many industries are using your DevOps. So you have opportunities, these many industries, you have opportunity in these many industries are using it, right? In simple terms, to tell which companies are making use of your DevOps. Okay, go and check Google, Microsoft, Amazon, Flipkart, e-commerce. E-commerce is again a multiple media. Okay, so go and research. Okay, how many companies? Walmart. Okay, this is just a few of them. Lot many companies will come. Okay, if you go and start digging into it, start digging into it. Why does Starbucks require this? Why does Adidas require? Why does okay? So check how many more companies are needing or going to use DevOps, because that is how you get awareness about where exactly DevOps is used. now, now, right? Now, simple example, right? Where is cloud used? Okay, we're talking about cloud as well, right? AWS cloud, Azure cloud, we're using it. Where it is used? All your data, in simple terms, if I tell you, YouTube, take an example of YouTube, Netflix, Amazon Prime. Where are the videos stored? The movies videos are very high. At least it will be like 2 GB, 3 GB, 4 GB videos. It will be there, right? So where are these videos stored? So many videos, so many movies are stored. Where it is stored? It is stored in the cloud. Okay. So your DevOps will manage all your websites. DevOps will manage all your websites, and the cloud will manage the storage. Cloud will manage the storage, Cloud will give you the infrastructure to run the websites. Okay. Cloud will give you the services to manage your websites. Okay, so that it runs 24/7. Okay, so this DevOps and cloud goes hand in hand. If you say that I am working as a cloud engineer, definitely have a DevOps in that. If you say that I am working as a DevOps engineer, definitely you need a cloud knowledge. Both goes hand in hand. Both goes hand in hand. Both required in your profile when you're working as a DevOps engineer. Okay, then so all your data is stored in the cloud. Cloud is required today. Cloud is anything, right? Your Google Drive. Take an example of a Google Drive. Your Google Drive has 15 GB of storage. Where is the Google Drive stored actually? Is it in your laptop? Is it in your Gmail account? No, it is actually stored in the cloud. Okay, that's the reason you can access your email from anywhere. Okay, you can download your Aadhaar card from anywhere today. Okay, so that is how everything is in the cloud, right? That's the reason wherever you sit, you can access your data from anywhere. Okay, so these many places you have your opportunities to work with your DevOps and cloud. Okay, and highest paying salaries in the banking and the financial institutes. Okay, highest paying they do it today. They pay it today. Okay, government agency also have it. If your age is less than 27 years, you have opportunity to work with government jobs. AAI, Airport Authority of India. Okay, that is one like every I believe like around July or August they release a notification, and around in November they have November October they have exams. If you pass that one interview of written test, second is just a interview round. If you crack it, the starting salary is 11 lakhs with the uniform. Okay. Similarly, you have DRDO openings where they ask DevOps engineer, they ask DevOps and cloud knowledge with experience. Okay. So this is where you have opportunity to explore the work. Fine. So now, do you think this entire products which are building out of this is used only by the educated people like us? No, the entire population is using it. So people are using social media, people are using banking, people are using insurance, people are using automobile, people are using the softwares, people are using healthcare services, people are using e-commerce and multiple whatnot they're using, right? So entire population is using these services. So imagine that as soon as the population grows, the demand for this industry is growing. That's the reason that DevOps jobs are growing day by day. Okay. If you see the last year to this year trend, 10% has been grown. And 2026, they're expecting at least, okay, at least to see, okay, 20 to 25% of growth in DevOps jobs. That means opportunities are coming because every business which comes in the market requires your DevOps and cloud support. Okay, because DevOps will make sure your website is 24/7 up. Cloud will make sure your data is always available to the customers to access the data. That is where the DevOps and cloud is demanding in the market. Okay, this is where your DevOps and cloud is being widely used in the market. Widely used in the market. Right? So any website you see your Flipkart, Amazon Prime is behind that scene, you'll see your DevOps and cloud is used. You can go and explore which companies are using your DevOps. Why does Netflix require DevOps? Why does Samsung requires your AWS? Why does Walmart require it, right? Or your why does Coca-Cola require it? So McDonald's is using your cloud. Starbucks is using your cloud. So go research which companies are making use of your BMW. I told you, right? Automobile. Okay. So go and check. Okay. Multiple places, finance, technology, your consumers, okay, your healthcare, everywhere it is used, guys. Okay. So research where how many places you have opportunity for them. Okay. Okay. What salaries you're getting in the industry. Research all the salaries, what you're getting it. Okay. Similarly, go check how many openings are coming in the daily basis. 1 day, 4 day, 5 days. So research a lot of Naukri is there, LinkedIn is there, Insta is there. Because learning a course is good, but using that course in your day-to-day activity is what you require, because you have to go and move or okay, take a career U-turn so that you can grow from there. Okay, so research is very important, where DevOps is used. Okay, how many openings are coming, okay, how much salary I'm getting, everything you replace, every check it, right? Research and then go with your decision, right? Okay, I'll just take a 2 minutes of pause. Okay, before I proceed? Any questions, guys? Any questions? Okay, we'll move into technical diagram. Any questions?
Thank you. How many days this training duration, Satish?
This will go around this will go around three maximum, like it will go around 3 months, right? We are targeting 3 months, a buffer of half month. Okay, maybe like 3.5 months, you can say, but 3 months is actual time, but I'm keeping a buffer of half months because previously we used to take only uh, DevOps with cloud, but now it's multi-cloud with DevSecops, right? So we need that time. It will go at least 90 hours of course, right? You can say 90 hours of course is mandatory for us. We cannot say it's 2 months or 45 days. It will not happen because content is very huge.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else would like to? Because like 1 hour of time would not be sufficient. Okay. Because like minimum if you drive 2 hours, then you can complete in 2 months. But I don't think like people will listen for 2 hours. Okay. That is what my experience. Okay. So here and there, like if you want, we can just fetch it 1.5 hour for in maybe in weekends or somewhere like around Saturdays. Sundays we don't take usually, but in Saturdays we can take 1.5 hour. That is how we can cover it in 3 months. Yeah. Next question. Anyone has any queries? Feel free to ask, guys. We'll wait for more 2 minutes and then we'll proceed. Anyone else?
Any structure? Sorry, any structure like how many days we are going to look for Linux and Azure DevOps, like tool wise we are explaining, or how it is?
Yeah, it is tool wise. It is module wise, right? Module by module will be going on. So Linux will go around 1.5 week, 1.5 week, 2 weeks. Linux will go. Okay. Cloud, one cloud takes around you can say uh, 2 weeks for one cloud, 2 weeks for one cloud, and then DevOps will take you can say around 3 weeks of time. Okay, that will include, okay, you can say 1 month of DevOps, which will include your DevSecops completely. So that is how we can divide. So DevOps will take 1 month, minimum 1 month, because there are n number of tools in that. Your cloud will take 1 month, okay, and then you have this Linux, which will take like 2 weeks of time, and lastly you have your projects and your Terraform and your automation in place, right? And some additional services will come that will take your 1 month of time. You can just divide it in the rough timing I'm giving it, but we go module by module. It is not like we mix up. We start with Linux, then we'll touch your uh, DevOps or cloud. Okay, any one of them will touch it. Okay, if you start with DevOps, we'll learn complete DevOps tools, and then we start your AWS cloud. Then we go with your Azure cloud, and then on top of that, we'll learn your Terraform automation. Okay, and in between, like one day, we'll be covering your projects. Okay, we don't dump projects at the end of the last. Everything will be right after you do, because that will give you understanding about your proper process. That is how it will.
So any certifications part of this training?
Certifications in a sense, what do you need?
Azure or AWS?
You can do your certifications if you want. We can help you on that certifications. If you want to do it, you can do your AZ 900, AZ 400, AZ 104. You can do the certifications, or you can go with your AWS associate level, right? Or SysOps level.
Yeah.
Yeah, someone had a question. Go ahead, go ahead. Okay, and they have shared a contact. Fine. Anyone else would like to go? That's no questions, guys. Someone was asking question. Okay.
Nothing from my side.
No questions. Fine. Okay. Let's move. Okay. No. Okay. So accelerating career in DevSecops with AWS and Azure. So gaining skills in DevOps and AWS. Very first, gain the skills. Okay, gain complete skills. Okay, go through the complete in-depth knowledge of your tools. Okay, and then you have a proper roadmap for learning that. Okay, why I'm saying to gain complete skills is why, because we have seen like students expect that they just want to learn cloud, some part of cloud, some part of DevOps, and they see some opportunity saying that someone is asking for just Docker and Kubernetes, and they're saying you need a cloud. So they just want to learn it. That is how you cannot learn it. Okay. Why? Because if you want to learn Docker Kubernetes, first you should have a Linux as a prerequisite. Okay. And then to understand, okay. So that is one thing. Second thing is, first is your Linux. Second thing is, if you want to use your Docker Kubernetes inside your AWS cloud, okay, AWS cloud, again you need first AWS cloud knowledge to implement this Docker Kubernetes. And also inside a Docker Kubernetes, when you use any kind of build artifact or something, you need a build process. So everything is interrelated to it. That's the reason we start in a proper order. Okay, so you start with Linux, then you go with DevOps tools, right? So DevOps has some basic tools, some intermediate tools, some advanced tools, right? That is how it goes on. Okay, it has a proper process to learn. Okay, and similarly when you learn for cloud also, it is like you don't directly go and hit the services. Okay, it has like you start with the basics, then you hit your infrastructure module, okay, to understand the core infrastructure of your AWS, and then you use the services. Because when you directly go with the advanced services, what happens? You just click a button, but what is happening behind the button? Okay, why did you select this option? Okay, so that is important to understand, because when something breaks, you should be able to troubleshoot that. That is what the main idea behind it. Okay, clicking a button is easy, but when that button fails, fixing that button, okay, or fixing that issue, okay, that requires your basic skills. Like your Linux is important everywhere. Linux is important because anything, okay, because you can't check everything from the graphical user. End of the day, you have to connect back to the machine, you have to connect back to the command line and check the issue from there. Okay, because UI will not give you 100% no 100% solution, okay, or 100% troubleshooting from your UI. So you have to come back to command line. When you come back to command line, again Linux is a prerequisite. That is a base pillar for your DevOps and cloud. Okay, then you have a proper roadmap. You have a proper roadmap where you'll see your programming knowledge, right? So sorry, programming knowledge for developers. Okay, you will be seeing your Linux fundamentals. That is important. Then the source code management, application building, and everything. This is all part of your DevOps. This is our DevOps journey, right? Your deployment, your CI/CD, etc. things, and then your cloud. So you start with Linux, go with cloud, go with DevOps. Doesn't matter. All are individual modules. Okay, and then your monitoring. Lastly, apply monitoring. On top of that, you apply your SecOps. You apply your SecOps on top. That is like a add-on on top of your DevOps, right? Then get certification, right? A lot of people want certification. Yes, you want to go with certification, well and good, go. But it is not mandatory, guys, that you need to have a certification. Why? Because what I prefer is, until you work for 6 months or 1 year in your DevOps and cloud, don't prefer certification. Why? Because certification doesn't prove anything in your interview. People will ask, do you have certification? But end of the day is what you speak. End of the day is what you prove in interview. End of the day is what you show your understanding. End of the day is what you, okay, what level of answer or what level of understanding you provide to them. That is important. Okay, because today marketing is such a place where you give your money, certification will come in your hand. You write it, you don't write it. Okay, because end of the day is what you have to prove in the interview. So you want to go, well and good, but I prefer at least work for 6 months to 1 year, and then hit so certification the same company. Company will pay for that money, and look for promotion in the same company. Okay, that is how the certification will help you. Okay, so there are a lot of certifications, different 2 level certifications are there. Complete master program is there. Okay, any vendor like AWS, Azure, lot of vendors, you just type in Google, lot of vendors will provide you the certification. And then like for DevOps, you have DevOps engineer, solution architect, SysOps. There are 2 levels. Again, before this, there is something called AWS fundamentals. AWS fundamentals are there. You can go with that. The basic fundamentals is there before this one. So fundamentals is level 1, this is level 2, this is level 3. Again, on top of this, there are professional courses. Okay. Again, you can become you want to, professional architect level. Okay. So all that things are available. Okay. This is for developers. And then similarly for the Azure, I didn't keep, I believe. For Azure also you have like AZ DevOps engineer and your DevOps administration. Okay. Maybe don't have that slide right now, but we have a DevOps engineer for Azure. Again, you have your Azure administration, Azure DevOps engineer. Okay, both you have it as part of this. Okay. So understand the job market first. Go research how much openings are coming, how much salary you're getting. Okay, how many positions are growing. Okay, today you are at 4 years. What is the position at 6 years, 8 years, 10 years? So check that market, because any course you learn, it's not just DevOps. You learn any course, you learn anywhere. First thing is research. Research is very important. Okay, why? Because at least when you learn a course, that course should be there for next 10 to 15 years, guys. Remember. Okay, I've been working since my career. I didn't switch any technology. Okay, I'm still working in DevOps, and I see the trend of DevOps till 2050. 2050 is a trend of DevOps. Okay, why? Because the market is such a way. Market is completely on the cloud. Market is completely based on the DevOps. Market is completely based on your, okay, DevOps and cloud technology. Okay, whatever comes in the market, it will not disturb, because we are the base. Any product you build, we are the base for building that product. Okay, and these are very essential to the market. Okay, for any product they need this DevOps. Okay, then look for the market high demand. How many openings are coming? What is the trend for today? Analyze the huge market. Okay, how many openings are coming from which different companies are coming? Okay, how many years of experience people are looking for it? Okay, so what is the trend in the market? So check everything, and then lastly, know your salary. Salary is very important. Okay, salary is very important, because end of the day, that is what you take home. Okay, so research. There are good amount of companies are providing salary. There are a lot of opportunity for outside as well, like Dubai, uh, Singapore, Malaysia, Japan. US is a different case now, but you have UK. Okay, so a lot different places you have like this opportunity, right, for your DevOps and cloud. Okay, fine. So research and then take your decision. Fine. Now, any questions, guys? Okay, few more questions. Any questions you have? Any more questions you have? Feel free to ask. Any more questions you have, feel free to ask.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Actually, in automation purpose, Python is included or not here? Actually.
See, Python, we don't use it usually. Okay.
Mhm.
This is for
But nowadays, actually, in this market, everyone has been Python automation is hugely using. So that's why I'm asking.
see. Already we have 15 plus tools where we have Terraform automation, we have Ansible automation, we have uh, your Jenkins automation, we have GitHub Actions, we have Azure pipelines, we have AWS pipelines. Already we are using Groovy scripting. We are into Groovy scripting. We are using that one. Python, what happens is like the startup companies, mostly I've seen startup companies where they cannot hire Python. Like people do, if you see, a lot of people are learning Python. Okay.
Mm.
So Python is a 6 months course. You can't learn Python in 1 week or 2 weeks. It's not possible. Okay. It's a 6 months course to learn Python perfectly if you want to learn it. And Python is usually mainly used for building APIs. The main goal of Python is what? Building the APIs. Okay. The backend APIs for your any kind of a application you want to build your APIs. Okay. So in that situation, if a
And
startup company says we cannot hire a resource, we don't have the budget for that, then in that case they ask to have a multi-skill for an engineer to have a multiple skill as a Python in your term and help us to do the automation. That is where it will ask. But purely Python is used for development. Okay, so it is not mandatory for us. If you want to add Python, well and good, you can add a secondary skill, but Python cannot be learned in 1 week or 2 weeks or 1 month, not possible. It requires minimum 6 months. Okay, that is what
actually,
reality.
right now in the market scenario, na, many people are using the Python for automation also. That's why I'm asking.
You want to use, you can use for automation, but everywhere Python is not used. Okay,
Okay.
again, it
Okay.
depends upon what kind of a product you have and everything. That's what thing like. So if you want to learn, well and good, add a secondary skill as Python. Okay, but when you
Mm.
put Python in your resume, what
Mm.
happens? All the calls will come as Python developer. If you put Python in your resume, what you'll
Mm.
get a call as, you'll get all the Python related development activities. So your profile will completely move on to some other thing. That is what happens.
Okay.
For example, if you put Java, you say that I
Mm.
want Java in my profile. What will happen? You'll get all the calls related to your Java related profile. That is what happens. Okay. So
Then after then we mentioned it is a Python for the automation and the way we are particularly using like that. Then we should be mentioned like that. Then why we need to mention the developer? It's
that is
not a
what
developer.
happens, right? Profile changes. Profile changes. We
Acha.
have seen
See?
that. Okay,
Okay.
I have worked on multiple tools, right? I have worked on Spark, Hadoop, and everything. Okay, as part of DevOps. As part of DevOps, I have worked on big data tools, right? For automation, the big data tools. But when you put that content in your resume
Mm.
and you go and apply in your Naukri somewhere, you'll get Python related calls. And second thing,
Acha.
if you want to add it, I'm saying you want to add Python, well and good, you learn secondary and add it. But as part of this course, we're not trying Python. Why? Because it is not mandatory and we are not Python developers to work on the Python automation. Okay, for Python, there is a separate team who work on it. And if you want to learn Python, the career step is different. This is not the career step. Like I told you, Linux is a prerequisite for DevOps. Linux is required for DevOps and cloud. Similarly, when you learn Python, after you learn Python, there is a separate roadmap for your learning. You can go with data analyst, you can go with your data science, you can go with your ML ops, you can go with your data engineering. So this is the path for Python, not for your DevOps. We have Linux, okay, we have Linux as a base. Okay, on top of that, we have automation tools like Terraform and everything. Like similarly, when you learn Python, you can go with data science, you can go with data engineering, you can go with data analyst. That is what the path of Python. Just including Python in your profile will not make any sense. If you have a goal of going towards data engineering, you want to go with the Gen AI or something, this kind of things, Python is a prerequisite. That is what the reality. That is how the industry uses it. So when you're learning something, see the roadmap of that. What is the next level of roadmap? Okay. It's not just adding it that in profile will not help you. See that if you're putting Python, you're putting effort of 6 months of Python. What is the next which I'm going to use Python? The complete 100% of Python will not be used with the DevOps and cloud because DevOps and cloud has its own automation tools. Okay, so we don't need that. Okay, as a hard prerequisite. If you say that definitely I need it, no, definitely you don't need that. Fine. Any more questions, guys? Any more questions? Any more queries? Any more doubts? Give me a minute. Okay, fine. So this is what we're going to implement as part of your technical diagram, but I'm not going to implement today. So there are like almost like more uh, uh, 5 to 10 people are waiting. Okay, so this will be drawing on the day two. Okay, so as they mentioned, Tuesday going to start your we're going to start your course. So Tuesday we'll be doing some prerequisite activities, such as set up our account and everything. We're going to set up our account to do the practicals, but Wednesday, right? Wednesday morning, we're going to implement this one. Tuesday is what? 24, 26 is what we're going to implement. Okay. So 26th. Okay. So 26th, right? 25, 26, 25, 26. Okay. Okay. So one among the day, we're going to implement this one. One among the day, we're going to implement this one. Okay. So we're going to implement as part of this. So here, if you see this journey of this, how it is, developers will be writing the code. They just write the code. After that, whatever tools like Git, Maven, SonarQube, JFrog, Tomcat, all these tools are managed by us. Jenkins is managed by us. GitHub Actions is there. Again, you have Azure and your AWS code pipelines. Your monitoring is here. Okay. And then your Docker is here, your Kubernetes is here, and your Terraform is here. So we have automation. Okay. See, we have multiple automation. Jenkins is one automation. GitHub Action is one automation. Azure pipelines. Okay. Azure pipelines and AWS pipelines are there. Okay. And then you have your Ansible. Ansible is again automation tool. Then you have Terraform as automation tool. So multiple tools are there for automation. Okay. So again, we don't need one extra thing here. So this is how the process goes on. So your day starts with, okay, from here, this is what your CI/CD process. This is what your daily activity. You work for the daily activity. You work with this tool daily on the daily basis. As soon as the developer pushes the code, we keep building the product. We do the automation. We achieve one-click automation with the help of Jenkins and GitHub Actions. And then the customer facing. Some customers, we use Ansible way of deployment to deploy the product into the environment. Okay, they maintain their products. Okay, and we also like some customers are Ansible based, some customers Docker Kubernetes based. Okay, okay. Some for some customer we prepare infrastructure and give it. Okay, based on the need. Okay, and then on top of that we implement monitoring. Okay, we do some monitoring in case any of the machine is down or any of the service is down. Okay, any of the application is down. So that is getting monitored with the monitor tools. And on top of that, we apply your SecOps where we do a scanning, right? The complete code scanning is done. What are the code written by developer? The code is scanned. Okay. What are the images you build that is getting scanned? Okay. Any of the security services in this, right? We restrict it so that it doesn't get exposed to the outside world. Okay. Again, Terraform it scan. So what are the code you written for infrastructure that has a scan to detect any vulnerabilities are there. So multiple scans are there, which we report on top of a security. Again, we have like some firewall rules. Okay, in this AWS Azure, we have like some service related to security. Okay, and again, tool level securities are there required for the tool level securities where, for example, if your URL of any of the URL is trying to open with HTTP to HTTPS, right? I have shown you here. So you implement the certificate kind of a securities, right? If you see here. So if you see here, if you want to make your URL instead of HTTP to HTTPS, you want to secure your URL. So you can apply a certificate level of security. So internal likewise, a lot of security checks are there which will be implementing. Okay. You have WAF firewall rule. Okay. You have Cloud Guard. Okay. Etc. things are available to check that. Etc. things are available to check as part of that. Right? No. This is how you implement your security along with your cloud services. Okay. And etc. So it is all step-by-step process. So we'll be drawing this diagram again in detail to explain you each and every tool. I'll give you overview of each and every tool. What is this tool? Where it is used? Why it is used? What is the benefit of that? What was there in the traditional system before this tool? Okay, and we'll see that how a day looks. What is CI process? What is CD process? How do you interact with the customers? What level of automation you do it? What will be your day-to-day activities in your Azure and AWS. Okay, so all that things will be seeing as part of this. Okay, and we'll be starting with Linux. As I told you, we'll be hitting with Linux. If we come to DevOps, we'll start with your Git, Maven, okay, SonarQube, JFrog, Tomcat. These are base tools, and then we go with Jenkins. We automate all the process. So first, you'll be learning manual way of doing it. How to install manually. Why? Because if I directly go with automation, I can go with this directly automation. Okay, you have good Ansible scripts, you have good Jenkins kind of using this one. But reason is that when something breaks, you should able to troubleshoot that. Where is the configuration file? Okay, what software was installed? Okay, where this how this application starts? Okay, how you stop this one? How do you see the logs and etc. That is what is important because when you go in the company, they will have all this setup ready. Now you need to understand the setup, what is there in the company. You will be getting a tickets on the daily basis. If something breaks in Tomcat, they will assign a ticket. In that situation, you should able to know that from where I'll check the logs. Okay, where is a Tomcat war file? Okay, where is the configuration of that? How do I restart a Tomcat? Okay, so all that thing you should know it. That is the reason we are going to learn manual way of first scratch way of learning. Any tool I'll show you scratch, then I'll put automation. Then I'll integrate all these tools to a Jenkins. I'll prepare a good pipeline for you where you click one button, it will take all the things whatever you're doing in manually in a process. It will start with get the code, Maven will do a build, SonarQube will do a scanning, JFrog will upload the artifacts, that is a software, Tomcat will deploy it. So automation will be doing it. Similarly, how the customer level of automation. First you learn manually, then you automate with the Jenkins or GitHub Actions. That is how you learn it. Okay. Similarly, first you learn cloud services directly on the UI console, and then you put that in the Terraform automation. You click a button, it will create any kind of a cloud services, whichever you want. Okay. That is how you implement it. Okay. So step by step, that's why I told you this course is a long running course. That's why I told you it takes minimum like 3 months. Okay. Half month of buffer, which will keep it. Okay. Because we need time for it. Okay. Okay. So we'll be implementing this, but not today. Okay. So we'll be implementing this in the day 2 or day 3. Okay. Day 2 or day 3, we'll be implementing this. Right. Okay. If there are any changes in the timings or if there are anything, they will inform you regarding that. You'll get a message in your WhatsApp or they'll give you a call. Okay. And if you need any syllabus copy, you need any information, they'll give you all the information. Right. So, any questions, guys? Any questions, any queries and doubts? Any questions, any queries and doubts? Are we good? Okay. If any questions, any queries, anything you have, feel free to reach out to us. Okay. All that information you'll get it here. Okay. So timings and everything also they'll tell you about this one. Okay. You'll get mostly the same link will be there on the Tuesday, which will be connecting. Okay. I hope they mentioned the details also, but you'll be getting it. Okay. You'll be getting that information in your WhatsApp. Okay. All the content will come in your WhatsApp. Fine. If you have any questions, reach out to our website. We have a YouTube channel as well. Correct. If you go and search it, you'll get all the demo videos. And if you want to listen, if you want to see this in advance also, well and good. You can see this in advance. Most of the videos we have covered this one. Okay, demo videos. Okay, part 2 of demo videos, which you'll find it here. Fine. So go to our website, go to our YouTube channel. This is a phone number. You can reach out to our WhatsApp number, or you can just call us anytime if you need any information. Okay, then guys, okay, let's take a pause. If no questions, if any questions, I'll wait for some more time. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. If you don't have any questions, let's pause it here. Because if I draw a technical diagram, it will go for again 1 hour or more than 1 hour. Okay, so that will cross your minimum 1.5 hour, right? So I don't want to start now. We'll start this on day 2 or day 3. We'll go on. Okay. Okay. If no questions, I'm taking a pause. If you need any kind of information, as we mentioned, they have provided the number. Okay. You can go with this number. Okay. They have provided you this number. You can go with this number. Okay. I'll add it here itself. Okay. You can go with that. Any questions you have, you can reach out. Okay. You can reach out to. Okay. Reach out to this numbers if you have any questions. Okay, then thank you guys. Bye bye. Okay, thanks for joining. Okay, see you on the day to start the DevOps journey. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.
Thank you.